Another day goes by and Cardano continues to sit at $1.20. It seems like it's continuing to test our patience. Let's have another quick look at Cardano today, plus a few other altcoins that I've been looking at on the charts, and I will be looking to sell some of the ADA, even though I think it's still going to $2 and $3 like we checked out on yesterday's video. I think we are beginning to see some better options elsewhere, so I want to try and take advantage of those. So stick around for that on the charts. Let's cover a little bit of the news and check out the coin market cap. So without further ado, hit that like button down below, get us to 2,500 likes for the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Still quite a few of you aren't seeing these. These are time sensitive videos, so hit the subscribe and the bell notification icon. Let's dive into the video. Here's our mega run on Cardano weekly chart. We're still well and truly up in the dollar range, still continuing to find some support at $1.20. You know, we drew this in a couple of days ago. You can see the close here on the weekly chart. Still got about 4 days to go. Looking pretty good. Down to the daily, still holding up nice and steady. We're seeing volume drop, so you guys know that we look at that a lot on the channel, meaning that there is just less activity, but this is also typical in a sideways trading range. So we're really just waiting to see what happens next. Are we going to go down or up or sideways? It's the whole game. So we need to be ready, and I've got the alert set on the side here. So $1.20 is my first alert, or I think that's $1.14. So that's the first one, and then the one above, I have it at $1.35. So if it happens to break down $1.14 there, then we're getting closer to this low here, which is a significant low, and that was at $1.12. So I just wanted to just be ready for that. I know it could shoot down a hell of a lot more from $1.14, $1.12 to $1.10 if it did in fact happen. So I just wanted to have that alert ready to go. And then above $1.35, and this one here is $1.51. So that's getting closer to this all-time high, which is set at $1.54. So Cardano still looking pretty good. Like we talked about, $2.50 and $3 targets are set with our fib extension range from the macro low to the current macro high. And it's just projected with our fib numbers, $2.50, $3. So if we were keen and we wanted to get out before everyone else got to these numbers, let's set it around $2.40. And up around here, I reckon around the $2.80 mark, just not to get overly greedy. I don't need that extra 20 cents if we happen to get past the $3 mark and we overshoot the doubling. But I do like $3 because it is exactly double this first range that Cardano has put in, just set above here. So all that means is, let's use this tool, draw, if I can draw straight and pick this up. That's essentially your 100% repeat up to $3. Nice, clean, round numbers. So Cardano looking pretty good. We've seen it on Ethereum, continues to head down. So updating from yesterday, we did get another down day, but only slightly. So I want to see it further to really give me that confirmation of 3 down days. And we're waiting on that today. We've got 1, 2, this was the third, but I want to see this come down to ensure that the down signal is set, which means Cardano is looking weaker than Ethereum. And I've seen this on many other charts where Ethereum looks like maybe it is starting to ramp up again, regardless of all of the narrative, the agenda that the gas fees are too high and it's too slow and it's congested and all this sort of stuff. It doesn't really matter what the news is saying. It matters what's on the chart, and the Ethereum chart isn't as bad as the news is making out. Cardano Bitcoin also on the decline. We had 1 day down, 2 days down. Yesterday was also another day down. Cardano Binance looking okay. Like we said, sideways range. It's just getting lowering volume as we get into a narrower range. We don't want to see it break down past these levels here around that 0.004. So let's set ourselves, I want to set my alert just down here. I've got that ready to go. If we happen to break up, great. That's a good sign for Cardano moving forward. So this is what I'm seeing with Cardano. I think it's still pretty good, but I'm seeing better opportunities elsewhere. So as Cardano has been one of the biggest holdings in our portfolio, which we're looking at on SwiftX, it's our 10 or so grand that we want to get up to 100 grand by the end of this bull market. There's other opportunities out there, and I want to move some of those funds into these other opportunities, even though I think Cardano can still go up. But from here, I've only got a target of around $2.50 to $3, so pretty much a doubling or double and a half. So the crypto in question is none other than Reef. You guys have been asking about it, but it's something that I've looked at earlier, and we have seen what we love to see: huge volume, pushing us out of a sideways range, a little double bottom here, pushing up. We got a support on 38, which is the 61% down from the top. So it's basically that to there. That's 61. Oh, that's terrible. That's 61% of this range here, not using this measuring tool, because that's fallen about 55%. So what we're looking at next is where this could go. And I think we might see something like a little spike up. This is one scenario, come back down to test, and then maybe go sideways for a bit. So this, to me, is a good accumulation range because we haven't gone absolutely nuts and taken off yet, nor has this gone super nuts. The volume was quite high for a top, which is probably why it's faded out and needs to have some reaccumulation time. Under here, I want to set alerts. So these are the lows here, 1, 2, 3 lows, and I want to set it under the 2.5 cent mark, because that would be not good signs that this isn't going to go anywhere. But overall, it's looking pretty good because we are beginning to see this market really accumulate. So that's what I'm looking at. This is going to be one of the cryptos that I sell some of the ADA and buy some Reef. So the other option with Reef is maybe it shoots straight up from here. It depends on whether Bitcoin is going to hold its level and continue to trend sideways and allow some of the altcoins to run a bit harder. So far, it looks like we've got a few alts that really want to do that. And you can see it just with a few of these others. You know, we've looked at PokerStarter before. PokerStarter's got this pattern going on here. I don't know how much we can trust this volume. I wouldn't be trusting it, but we're starting to move up. We've sort of broken out of that range, and we're just poking our heads out of that. We're just testing it. So I'm not saying that this is going to go straight up from here. Maybe it's going to do some of that to reaccumulate, retest it. Who knows? But this is at least the first sign. So that's PokerStarter, and of course we're here to look at Reef. Reef Bitcoin is also looking pretty good. Look at that, it's just poking its head up out of this range here. That's why I like it. Huge volume on the dips. I got extra volume down here on these dips, and then the extra volume compared to the previous days on the breakout up here. So that's why I want to get back into some of my position with Reef. You guys would know that we were looking at Reef, we were buying it at around 4.1 cents. It was somewhere around this level, and so we're just a little bit under here, so that's okay. We're getting a little bit cheaper. And BTC, it was somewhere around the 90 to 80 or so cents sats, and so we're getting it at 75, so it's at a discount here compared to where we were looking at it as the market began to break out. So Reef is one of those other ones. The other one I like is Link, and I've been talking about Link a little bit lately. I haven't heard many other people talk about it, which I like. It's nice and quiet, it's under the radar. Link USD isn't too bad. You know, it's holding its position. We've seen the 20 bucks. This is just going over what we had in the other the videos the last couple of days. And the low here is at $24, and about $20 is the support level. And that, looking back, is the old previous high. So up and around here is pretty much where I want to see it at least hold the ground. Link BTC looks a little better. And I like this as another accumulation above our previous accumulation zone. And it started to break out again, high volume. Look at this, high volume bar, little poke its head above. This isn't confirmed. Just, I want to get that really, really clear. This is not 100% confirmed yet, but it's the first sign. And I like to add up all the signs. If you have followed the channel, you know that's what we look at. We want to see a break, we want to see a high volume, we want to see the pattern, we want to see a little more pattern play out and then continue to break to the upside with higher lows. So far we've only seen 1, 2-ish patterns. We've got the breakout on high volume. Okay, so we still need a couple more, but it's heading in that direction. So if we want to find them early on, these are the signs that I look for. So they're the two that I've got there. I'm going to sell out some of the ADA, Link, and Reef. Have a quick look at Ethereum and crypto.com, because that is another one I want to be picking up. So crypto.com, we had the boom, we've come back, We've got a lot going on with crypto.com. As you can see here, they are partnering with Aston Martin. Now, you're probably like, well, who cares? But it's just more about getting their name out there. And crypto.com has proven to be one of those companies that is really expanding and getting their name out to the wider masses. And I think this is just another great move by them. Formula One team, the first cryptocurrency exchange to partner with a sports team. Correct me if I'm wrong. It had it in the article, so I'm going with that. And basically, yeah, they've just got a lot on the cards for this year. So crypto.com is another one. Engine Coin, looking pretty good. You guys have talked about that. Let me know if you want to hear about Engine Coin in another video. I want to finish off on crypto.com here. Looking good, so it will be one that I'll accumulate. Ethereum is what we want to have a look at now. Let's look at the USD chart first. So we've had a little volume on the low. So there's down day, heavy volume. This down day, again, higher than average volume, and the close was above the previous low days action. That's what I want to see. I want to see these closes being above the lows, which is a good thing. All right, we're still not there with the volume, which is why I am unsure whether this is going to take off. Same deal with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is moving up, and all the news articles are showing, Bitcoin, we've broken 50,000 again. 50,000 is just a round number. It doesn't really mean anything else apart from that. Sure, psychological level, but the chart pattern is what we really care about. And we did get higher than average volume on this first break, but I'm not sure whether this is going to continue through. We have not had a down month in a very long time. A very, very long time. The last time we saw a down month was September, and previous to that was March. So it's been 6 months, and then 6 months prior to that. So that's why I'm a little cautious that we could be in for some sort of sideways movement, which is fine. If we held these levels, fantastic sign for altcoins. We can get going. And if we do put in a little bit of a lower low, lower high for a monthly, not a bad option either. This didn't affect the market that much. Looking back in September of 2020, it's no big deal. You just head down for a bit, chill out, clean out some of the trash, and then move on again. So that would be nice if it could happen up here just for a couple of months. Then we're ready, we're set to go again. Looking at the 2 weekly on Bitcoin, again, no down double weeks, so no, this is a 2 week chart. So no 2 weeks have been down since, again, late August. It's a very, very long time without a solid correction or at least some sort of washout. We have seen the daily washouts in the 2 days, but on the bigger time frames, we haven't seen that yet. And if you want to believe that you will never see one of those again, just be prepared to get burnt, because no market does that. You will always get a pullback on all time frames, regardless of if this market goes from, which it did, half a penny or 0.1 of a cent all the way to $60,000. There's always going to be months that we have pullbacks, even within bull markets. We have even had 2 weekly pullbacks within this major bull market. So that's what I am prepared for if we get one. I don't think we're just going to shoot up to basically to the stratosphere from this point. So that's what I've got in mind for Bitcoin. Ethereum is looking okay. It's holding its ground. It's holding its ground on ETH versus BTC. We are holding up above our levels here, 38%, which is good. I like that. We've got some strong volume. The level, if it was to break down below the 0.027 level, that would probably be a little bit concerning, very concerning actually. And it wouldn't be going down too well, but we're still sitting at our inverse head and shoulders, which is a good sign. We have broken the neckline. We're back under it. So shaky ground, but I'm still hopeful that we've got a little more in the tank for Ethereum. So we'll keep a very close eye on this. Set a couple of alerts in case we get the breakdown, the beginning of a breakdown, and we will continue to track that. So let's move across to a little bit of the news before we move to SwiftX to purchase these cryptos. And this SwiftX article, Elrond joins forces with Reef Finance to build a DeFi bridge. Look at that, all of the buzzwords. Elrond is obviously a pretty big name out there. We've got DeFi bridges. We're doing Elrond Refinance have entered into a partnership to enable Reef users to directly access DeFi applications in the Elrond ecosystem. This was just put out yesterday. Elrond's in the process of launching the DeFi 2.0 module, which will connect major global DeFi marketplaces. So another partnership that Reef has. And if you look at their Twitter, partnership after partnership after partnership. So last thing, let's have a look at SwiftX and our portfolio. So we're over here at SwiftX. I've just clicked on trade, sell, found Cardano, and then moved down here. I've got about 2,700 Cardano, and I want to sell about half of them. So I've got 1,300 here. Instant sell, it tells me how much cash I'll get AUD, so I'm just going to go instant sell on those. Here's the fee, total amount at a rate of this amount, and it updates live. So I'm just going to hit confirm sell, like it showed there. This is in the demo model as well. So you can do this if you are unsure of how to play around with things, so you're not freaked out when something happens. So I've got now 2 grand plus. There was still $400 in the account. So I'm going to go over to refinance. I want to get another $1,000. So I'm going to go 1,000. I can use either side here. So this is going to tell me, it's going to give me 21,143 Reef. We want to buy though. So let's make sure I buy those. How much do I want to buy? I've got $2,400 and I want to buy $1,000. So 20,500 instant buy. Excellent. Got another 1,000 Reef in the bag. And the other thing I wanted was Link. So we don't have any Link in the portfolio yet over here. Yes, Chainlink. And how much Chainlink? I want another $1,000 of Chainlink. Instant buy. Confirm. Looks good. All right, so that still leaves me with about $400 left. If I see something else that's going to dip, then I can move that over there. Maybe I'll add to one of the smaller positions. But for now, this is what our dashboard looks like. It looks like this. So if you need that, you just go to dashboard and this pops up on your dashboard. It gives us a pie chart and we can see all of our cryptos in this portfolio. So yeah, we're at 14,200, up about 11%. So not as good as I would have liked, but profit's a profit so far. I'm basically waiting on the fact that we're going to see some big moves from Reef, a little more from Cardano. DOT, I think, is still moving up. The other one I have in here is Band, Link, which we just bought, IOTA, and that's the Aussie dollars. These two are Ethereum and Bitcoin. So I'm just holding those as some sort of stability. And I can also sell my Ethereum and Bitcoin into any of these other cryptos or something else that I like. So this isn't my major holdings of Bitcoin and ETH, you know, like my bank. This is the play money to try and get more Bitcoin and ETH. So I've got a fair bit on the side which I haven't deployed, which aren't moving much. And remember, we bought these pretty much at the top of the market. We got in when everything was peaking into those $50,000 highs. So 10%, I want to see more than that, and that's what we're going to work for on this channel. If you enjoyed that, guys, let me know. Hit that like button down below, way over the other side of the page here. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you want to join me on Instagram, link is down below. Daily Q&As. You can check out the retirement fund portfolio, sitting somewhere around $212,000 today. That's in Aussie dollars. And if you want to join the Investor Accelerator membership, there's also a link down below to learn how to swing trade for long and short-term investments. I'll wrap it up there. Thanks very much. I'll catch you at the next video. Until then, have more fun to get more done.